Alright, so welcome back. Let me get a good little angle here for this camera. Alright, there we go. Oh, that's crooked. Still crooked. Gotta love these little tripods. There we go. There we go. So, let's talk about the problem I have. As many of you all know, I love buying things from the internet. Now, a little while back, Temu, a little app named Temu, jumped off. Shop like a billionaire, right? I know everyone has heard of this app Temu, right? Now, I bought a few things from Temu. Matter of fact, I want to say a few, just a couple of items, right? And truthfully, I was just checking it out, but there was too many issues that I wouldn't say ran into, but I heard about Temu, like people getting scammed for Temu, items never coming, bank accounts being hacked, and I'm just like, yeah, okay, this is not going to be an app that I'm going to constantly be using in the future. Now, years before, I was a very big eBayer. I bought on eBay, I sold on eBay, and I loved eBay. You know, I preached eBay left and right. I'm like, hey, you need something, go on eBay. Forget, mine went blank. Ooh, eBay, where's my phone? I'll be right back. And I got my phone. So before I continue, let me put my phone on silent because it always rings when I'm on. Okay, so like I said, I was a big eBayer. Talked about eBay left and right, and then Amazon started getting popular, and I was just like, I didn't really like Amazon. It's like whenever I went on Amazon, I couldn't find things I wanted, or if I did find them, the price range that I cared to pay for it just wasn't it. So anyway, trying to make this as quick and short as possible, I love video games. I've been playing video games ever since I was a little kid. I'll say around 8 years old, maybe a little bit younger, right? Way back when the Atari was a hot commodity, okay? Yeah, that's how old I am. And I just love playing video games, you know. Went from the Atari, playing the Atari. I never owned an Atari myself, so I always went to my aunt and my uncle's house to play Atari when I was younger, to the Nintendo, okay? And I just loved playing video games. And then after Nintendo, you know, the Genesis was around, and you know, I liked the Genesis. It was okay. It was cool, but I was a Nintendo kid. You know, I love Nintendo. Originally got a Super Nintendo after my Nintendo, you know, but that's a whole nother topic anyway. So let's get back to the problem I have, okay? So there is a game coming out that I love. When I moved to Washington, it was the first game that I actually bought here in Washington State back in 2013. And it was called The Last of Us. You might have heard of it. And it's a great game. The graphics were amazing. The story was top notch. I don't even know how many awards it won, right? But yeah. So fast forward to 2024, and The Last of Us Part 2 on the PlayStation 5 is releasing in the next few days. And so I heard that, hey, if you purchased The Last of Us Part 2 for the PlayStation 4, then the remastered version for the PlayStation 5 will only cost you $5. I was like, oh, yeah, great. You know, I have a PlayStation 5. I said, hey, better graphics, better gameplay? Sure, why not? So, but with that being said, I was told that you had to have the disc of Last of Us 2 to get The Last of Us Part 2 remastered. I know it's kind of confusing, for $10. So I was like, shoot, let me go in my CD book, pull out my game, pop it in. get it all updated. So when this game rolls out, I only have to pay $10, right? So here is my problem. Oh, I'm making a mess. All right. Oh, I'm really making a mess. Oh, I'm getting embarrassed. So I went inside my TV entertainment stand and was hunting for the case because I found out that it was a 2-disc game. One was a data disc, and the second was the actual game that you put in your system to play the game. And I could not find it, but I found all of these cases. Now, let's talk about it, okay? Minus the ones I dropped on the floor. Like I said, I'm a collector, okay? So let's get this out the way. I am a collector. So in the search of trying to find the data disc, I couldn't find it. So that's telling me that out of this whole entire stack here, there is no Last of Us Part 2 for the PlayStation 4 in it. So that means that I got a wild hair up my butt, put them in a protective case, and file them away in the garage. And my garage is a complete mess. But I know where all my game stuff is, but I gotta hunt for it. So anyway, let's just show you a few things here, right? So got Mortal Kombat 1 steel case, Mortal Kombat 1 plastic case that had the game disc in it, okay? So when I purchased this, I got this along with it. Good little collector's item. I'm going to stick this in some plastic and try and keep this fairly new and good. It got like a little dent here. I don't know how that happened, but whatever, all right? Purchased, I don't know if you can see that, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Great game. I've gotten about 3 or 4 hours into it since I bought it. Yeah, this is my problem. Collecting and buying video games. Way too many problems. But here's what I like, okay? So I got 2 of the same game, still in a shrink wrap. This is how I like to get certain games, in a shrink wrap, okay? Now I'm not going to show you all this stack here that I have. And I'm definitely not going to. Oh, my camera shut down. I don't know what's going on, but this Insta360 Ace Pro just keeps shutting down on me. I don't know if it's getting too hot while I'm trying to film or what. That's something that we're going to have to take a look at later on. So I got a whole whole load of video games in the garage. But the problem I'm having, right, like I said, I like to collect games, especially if I can find them still sealed in the original shrink wrap and not open them. So the problem I'm having is I purchased a game off of eBay. Let's see if I can pull this listing up here. Off of eBay the other day. And let me get into it. If I didn't delete it. And it was a game called Babylon's Fall. I don't know if I can find it easily in the stack, which I probably can't. But anyway, it was called Babylon's Fall, right? As all these fall down. And it's a game, I don't know if you ever heard of it, but it's a game that was in development for a very long time. They're talking about how good it was going to be, how the graphics was going to be so top notch. And when it was released, the whole company shut down in less than, I think it was a month or two. And the online servers, because it was an online only game, shut down. So therefore you can't even play this game anymore. So I got that game, right? I was looking for it because, I don't know, I was thinking it might be worth something in the future. I don't know. But let me read you this listing here, if I can get it pulled up on my cell phone. Here we go. All right, it says PlayStation 5 Babylon's Fall video game factory sealed, free shipping. Okay, great, right? And you know, if you know eBay, I scrolled down to see the full listing, and I don't know if you could read that, but it says PlayStation 5, Babylon's Fall video game. Factory sealed, free shipping, right? Bold letters. So when I got the game, I opened it up, I was happy, I was like, yeah, it came, okay, great. And I'm sitting here looking at it, and I was just sitting at this table like I am now, and I was like, I was looking at it. Now, this ain't the game, but you can tell the difference, right? Just by looking, right? One's sealed, and one is not. And Babylon 5 was not sealed. I'm sitting here like, I'm scratching my head. I was like, did I buy this game? I could have sworn I bought the game sealed because I wanted to collect it, put it in my collection, not open it, stick it on my shelf, and, forget about it for the next 10, 15 years and see if it might be worth something. And it was only like an $8 game that I got from this guy with free shipping, right? And I was like, the game was open. It was clearly open. I could open it, look inside, the disc was there. I'm like, this game is not sealed whatsoever. There's no tape. There's no hologram foil, to say that it has or hasn't been open. I'm like, I got a game that was used. I'm just like, so the guy lied on his listing. So, I wrote to the guy, and let me read you what I wrote, because it just blows my mind. I'm like, this guy lied on his listing. Oh man, let's see, inbox. Here we go. So let me block out this guy's name up here. But yeah, look at, I don't know if you can read that, but let me read to you. So I wrote to him, I said, the game you sent was not factory sealed, ! It is a completely open game, ! And he responds back to me, I'm not sure how that is possible since I purchased 30 of these and every one of them was factory sealed. So then I wrote back to him a little bit later. I collect games, and sir, there was no wrapping whatsoever on this game when I got it from the mailer. So then, a day or two later, and he responds back, he says, can I ask how you're going to play the game without removing the packaging? What can I do for you? And I felt that he was being kind of snarky in his remarks. I'm just like, how was I going to play the game without the packaging? I'm like, well, so then I wrote to him. I was like, I wasn't going to play it. I buy unopened games to collect. I was informing you that the game I received was not what was listed. Okay? And like I said, I like to buy, when I find a good deal, games, that are still sealed for various consoles. And that just chapped me the wrong way, and I moved to Amazon from eBay for the past few years, and I was just like, well, I don't know, I just liked things got to me way quicker on Amazon, because Prime, sometimes I bought an item and it was at my doorstep the very next day. I'm just like, wow, what in the world? eBay could never touch that. So that just rubbed me the wrong way. I'm just like, wow. And it's like, I moved from eBay to Amazon for quite a few years, about 3 or 4 years. And then when I jumped back to eBay platform, because I noticed that on eBay, like I said earlier in the video, I can choose really deeply what I want to pay for an item. Okay, yeah, I gotta wait a little bit longer, but for collecting purposes, yeah, I like eBay better, you know? And I'm like, you know, see, look at this one. See, it's still sealed, but you know, a little bit of plastic's coming out. So that might take away from the game being worth something, possibly, in the near future, you know? But if I paid for a completely sealed game, and your listing said factory sealed, that's what I expect to get. But yeah, I just don't know. I've been having very bad dealings with eBay's sellers lately. And it's like I bought a pair of shoes. Yeah, you're laughing at me. It's like, who buys shoes on websites, right? I bought a pair of shoes, you know, some orthopedic shoes. And, you know, I wait about 3, 4, 5 days because normally when you buy online from Amazon, eBay, they provide tracking numbers, right? Well, I was waiting for about 4 or 5 days and the tracking was never updated. It says item tracking number provided, item waiting to be dropped off at the shipping area for 4 or 5 days. So then, you know, I wrote back, you know, very nicely, and I was like, hey, but when do you think that this item might arrive in my town so I can just be on the lookout so, you know, things don't disappear from my front door area. And then I get another, in my opinion, bad response talking about, oh, be patient, I shipped it off, it'll get to you in no time, you just have to wait, it's still in the holiday season and carriers are being slow, just wait and be patient. Well, I was just like, okay, I just wanted to know so I can keep an eye out and look for it. Well, about a day or two after, I asked them where was my shoes. Then did it say, oh, item was dropped off at shipment area. I'm like, wait a minute here. If you told me it was already shipped, why am I just now getting it saying, oh, it was dropped off today. Now item should be expecting to hit you another 8, 9, 10 days ago. So that is my problem. eBay, please step it up and make it better for buyers and sellers on your platform, because that's just crazy. All right. Still following along? Thank you. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and push that bell notification icon so that you can notify the future videos as I post them on this channel. So that was just my little rant. As a video game enthusiast, collector, player, whatever you want to call it, man, if you spend money on something, please let it be what you're trying to send. So if you're trying, yeah, I'm gonna have to edit this out. But yeah, it just chapped me the wrong way. I'm like, I paid for a sealed game and I got a completely open game. Now, I think what I might have to start doing is when I get stuff in the mail is just to film it as I'm opening it, to protect myself as a buyer from people that are dishonest. I hate to say that, but be an honest person in life, be a good person, be the change in the world you want to see. And I'll see you on the next video.